I'll just use the normal presentation. So it was 2013 March that I landed here in the US, pretty excited. Always wanted to study or work out of my country, but it just happened in 2013. It was exciting. One of the reasons why it was exciting is because I came here alone. I left my family back in India. Initially, I thought I'd come alone here, fix an apartment, buy a car, and then get them. So once I landed here, first 2 months or 3 months, I was living a bachelor life, just all alone. I had lots of friends here, some of my school friends who have reached the US earlier than me, lots of friends in LA. But along with that, I had some other tasks as well, like getting prepared for a home, like an apartment, right, before my family comes. I have 2 kids, like I mentioned last time. I have at that moment, I had a 9-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. So I was preparing, going around the places, excuse me, in LA, trying to find a nice apartment because I've been getting lots of inputs from my wife back home. Okay, what kind of apartment she needs, how big a kitchen she needs, or what's the size of the bedroom, things like that. Started shopping, furniture, everything I got. And then I also wanted some decorative items on the walls, right? Paintings or some kind of stuff, just make the home look like a home. So I spoke to one of my friends and he said, hey, best shopping, online shopping is Craigslist. Just log in there, check out all that stuff there. You've got wonderful stuff at Craigslist, people who move out and move when they sell things. And so I went into Craigslist, started searching for some stuff, and I found a nice wall painting. I really liked it. It really suits the theme of the apartment that we're planning to move in, decorating all that stuff. So I started negotiating with the seller. And my budget at that moment was about $40. I thought, okay, I can spend $40 on a painting, but he posted the painting for about, I think, $80 or something, and we started negotiating. And I had tough time negotiating. The seller was not ready to, sell it for anything less than $50, but finally, $80 is what he initially said. We negotiated. He said, no, I'm not going anything below $50. So that's fine. $50 I'll pay you. Let's meet at 3 p.m. So he said he's a contractor and he has some assignment in one of the hospitals nearby. That's about 15-minute drive for me, 15 to 20-minute drive from where I used to live. Okay, let's meet at 3 o'clock. We fixed a time. And then I started driving. It was a nice Sunday afternoon after lunch. I didn't have any dependencies. I was just all alone, a bachelor. I had a car. So I was slowly driving through the hospital. And I was almost reaching the hospital and I get a text from the seller. Seller says, I'm sorry, I'm late by 15 minutes. So I'm dropping the price to $40 now. And I didn't know what was happening. I had to pull over and then look at this text and read that text again. What does he mean by dropping the, excuse me, the price? Because I had a tough time. He was not ready to sell that painting for anything less than $50. I tried my best. I put my negotiator hard and I tried my best, but he never came down. But now just because he was late by 15 minutes, he's dropping the price of the painting to $40. And I couldn't believe my eyes. And that is something which culturally I've never experienced in my life back in India. Because in India, there were times that we had to wait for like 2 hours or 3 hours, even more than that, even for a doctor appointment, right? Sitting in a hospital, or even if you had some weddings that you have to attend or some functions or meetings, it never starts on time and never ends at time, right? Most of the people know that. So I was like, that's fine. I mean, 15 minutes, he valued my time like $10, 15 minutes. And that was surprising to me. That was amazing. It was a cultural shock, I would say. I said, fine, okay. I was driving. I reached the hospital and he was stressed. So initially I was stressed when I was talking to him, right? I was negotiating with him, trying to bring down the price. But now, you see the smile on my face, I was happy, but he was stressed because he was late. I don't know what was happening in his mind. He had so many things to do that day. He was late by 15 minutes. So that's the dichotomy, right? Initial stress was mine, but now it's his stress. And I was happy, smiling. I said, okay, here, take the $40, give me the painting. I'm really happy, right? But I really appreciated him for the value that he's given for my time. I wouldn't have done it if I were him. Like 15 minutes late, big deal. The world's not going to end. So time management. Some of the important pieces of time management I wanted to highlight is be realistic, right? In my story, maybe the seller was not realistic there, right? He had something else in his mind, and he probably knew that he couldn't make to that venue or the hospital the time that he has given me. But he just said, okay, let's go meet at 3:15, but he had something else that he had to do, so he was late. So we got to be realistic when we give time to somebody. Does it really happen in that time that you decided? Yes, no, maybe. And then also be organized, plan and stay prepared. You've got to be adaptable as well. If you give somebody a time, you're not able to do it, adapt yourself to something new, right? He sent me a text. That was very good, right? Really appreciative of that. So in conclusion, what does really help? What time management really helps us, right? It helps greater productivity and efficiency, right? If you're saying that you can do specific thing in certain times, then yeah, you're being more productive and efficient. You have better professional reputation. If I have to work with that contractor anytime in my life, I'd love to give the contract to him. That's the reputation that he's gained. And less stress, obviously. Things can be done in time or on time that you've decided, you've planned for it, so you have less stress and increased opportunities for advancement. And that's what we try to do in our daily lives, right? You want to increase your opportunities and better advancement. And that's what I have for time management today. Thank you.
Our final evaluator today is going to be Mohun, who is going to do an evaluation of Robert's speech.
Robert, your second speech, and you feel very comfortable up here on stage. So thank you for sharing your presentation with us this morning. I'm going to go through your strong points and opportunities for improvement, and where I think you can really start to move the needle is making you a better speaker. As far as your strong points, again, you're very comfortable on stage this is only your second speech, and you have a great energy about you and a great presence to you. Your speech was very conversational, and it felt like you put the audience at ease with your style and your manner. And your title today, Time Management, you also allowed for some mystery on the stage because I wasn't sure where you were taking us with your what seems to be an everyday conversation or an everyday activity, but you somehow infused an air of mystery throughout the entire speech. That being said, I would like to talk to you about opportunities for improvement. As far as your overall structure, the introduction, the body, the conclusion, you want to probably think about how you want to organize that and clarify that, so that way it's a lot more crisp throughout the discussion or the speech. I think you have a great opportunity here to make sure that you're connecting with the audience right away and holding their interest over the course of the speech, because it took you a long time, I think, to get to the point and to figure out what those transitions were, because time management didn't become readily apparent towards the very end. So I want you to maybe think about how you want to bring that into the discussion much sooner. And as far as your purpose, make sure you're very clear about stating that up front about why is time management important and how that relates to us as project managers, or if this is just an everyday life event that helped you as in your life or your family's life. And then the other thing is to rely less on technology. I think you could have sold your story without the slides today. I think you could have easily made this a lot easier on yourself. And so I think the takeaway here is to make sure you do the things we just talked about or I just mentioned without losing your personality in the process. Overall, your eye contact, I think, can definitely improve. Just make sure you're working your eyes across the room. Your gestures, I think you're developing your skills there. And again, I think as far as your comfort level with the audience, it's definitely there right now. Just make some small tweaks with the content. I think you're going to have some great opportunities to make some great speeches. Thank you.